As you know, social media is a very democratic place. People in general can get likes from what they show, they say, or they share. When it comes to professional matter, it seems like there is no filter you can use or any app you can download on your mobile to make information look more appealing. Still, I would say a lot of gurus in the Italian tax matter love to use magic tricks to increase followers, subscribers, viewers, and to achieve popularity in general, regardless the quality of the information. Anyone can post something on Facebook, writing and sharing an article based simply on his opinion with no valid background. Anyone can sell the minimum of overview he knows using fancy videos or claiming to be the one and only digital source of tax advice. Indeed, no one can now predict your fiscal future in Italy. There is no one-fits-all plan, and still, those people keep selling their universal formula. Medicine and taxes are a matter of details. This is why before a surgery, they run a barrier test. What you know about yourself is not enough to cure your cancer. And also, sharing advice by social media protects them by any problem in the future. More likely, those people in 3 to 5 years from now will do something different, work for someone else, or even ghost from you. In general, they don't make money out of that. They just get money from YouTube. We took few weeks to surf around searching for funny and clearly incredible fake news to analyze with you, and using the main ones, of course. It's impressive the amount of garbage they keep on posting, by the way. Let's start from this. You can become tax resident, you can start your business or working remotely without any fiscal consequences. It's false. At least you must file your taxes even though your liability is zero. And second, more likely, if you have any Italian source of income, you must deal with personal income tax on a flat or progressive brackets. You can choose your tax rate. Any tax benefit may, at most, reduce the tax bill almost to 2 to 5%. Oh, another one. You can avoid crypto taxes. By the way, I use this word too, but I'm very cautious. It's easy to sell an exemption as an average rule. In Italy, you can potentially make some money by capital gains tax-free up to a certain threshold. Being aware that any mistake about the RW wealth tax filing can cost up to 15% of your portfolio. Tax-free digital nomad is a pure clickbait title. Don't get me wrong. How can you start a business in Italy, meeting with the Italian revenue agency, and then living like whatever? You cannot become a freelancer without a personal partita IVA. Basically, the personal code that qualifies you as a business owner. So, starting from that, the Italian Agenzia delle Entrate already has you on their records. And when the time comes, they will knock on your door if they haven't received any fiscal recap from you, summary or tax return. So working as a freelancer in Italy is not just a fake news, it's impossible. It's evading taxes completely. Oh, I love this one. Still, this works. Avoid property taxes in Italy. Well, except from those who are registered into IRE, IRRE, so Italian citizens living abroad for special cases, by the way, you must pay property taxes in Italy twice a year, by June 15 and December 15. In case you own one property in Italy, and listen carefully, you have established there your tax residency too within 18 months from the date, you can get rid of that fiscal obligation thanks to this tax benefit called Beneficio Prima Casa. Once again, we are talking about an exemption that requires a certain level of details. The following one is, you should avoid Italian bank accounts to avoid the red flag on your head. Well, if it was that easy, believe me, I would use this trick for every single one of our clients. You are in 2022. Maybe in a few years, some people will start living on Mars. So please state this, using an Italian bank account is not anything risky. tax-wise, every input, output of your bank account, regardless your country of origin. Every investment on your name is checked by the Italian Revenue Agency on automatic basis. It means that potentially they can audit you if there is something that looks like, I'm not saying it is, that looks like a strange financial operation, even to a foreign bank account. There are a few actions that are not allowed, like paying cash more than 2,000, for example. But these limits are not even related to owning any Italian bank account. In our experience, an Italian bank account could, at the opposite, facilitate facing any tax audit and, of course, facilitating payment of your Italian tax bill. Dual taxation is an unfair trick content creators use to scare their audience. There are hundreds of tax treaties in force with the common goal of avoiding this problem. So a real expert would never post anything like that. You must hire a commercialista. Wow, you must. I would ask, what happens if I don't? In Italy, you can also file your taxes yourself. So where does this sentence comes from? In Italy, there are a lot of professionals in the tax matter, from mere consultants to CPA, from certified advisors to CUF. Of course, there are those with some college degree and some years of studying as a background and practice. So maybe a little bit of background can help your choice. In order to decide who would you like to work with, experience, reviews, and expertise qualify a good professional, nothing more. In this case, even though you buy 100,000 followers, you cannot build experience. You know what I'm talking about, right? Recently, I watched a live session on YouTube of an Ask channel, almost 2 million subscribers, okay? And guess how many were watching the live stream? 200. Only 200. That's strange, huh? How come? This one, I must admit, it's a very childish one. It's like hiding yourself behind a door, pretending your parents cannot see you. Every year, countries have to share fiscal and financial information of the citizens and residents. And skipping that or wishing not to get on the list is almost impossible. It's just a matter of time. Either way, if you get paid or you make money as an Italian tax resident, you have to recap everything in your Italian tax return. Period. This one, I suppose, is a very common concern for a lot of people. In my experience, I see a lot of expats worry about filing everything before the big move, prior arriving to Italy. Believe me or not, most of the time you don't have to move a hand prior. Very often, elections of tax benefits, as the tax return itself, is something you can deal with by the following fiscal year. Of course, you can work on a good tax strategy, work on a good tax estimate, but please don't mix choice with mandatory stuff. Let's take some pressure out of you, okay? You have time. And in case there is something to file, your tax consultant will let you know with notice in advance. That's the value of a good tax professional, right? I would love to trust this guy, seriously. Most of the time, it's not even possible. The Modello Redditi, that's the name of the Italian tax form for expats, by the way, very often does not even allow to put your joint information. In case you're receiving Italian source of income as an employee, for example, in this case, maybe, I'm using this word on purpose, you can use the Modello 730, congiunto, jointly. So both must have the same Italian source of income. As an expert, I find it pretty hard to fit the description. What do you think? The next one sounds really funny to me. It looks like any doctor can operate. Any teacher can teach you English. Anyone can do anything. Let me tell you a quick story. I started working with them for expat in 2007, and honestly, I was not that good at the beginning. It took me almost 7-8 years to become confident and improve my knowledge, narrow my expertise, and face thousands of case studies. An average commercialista or CPA, without speaking of any second language skill, has no background of international tax treaties or international tax audits in general. For sure, anyone can take the tax form to the Italian Revenue Agency electronically, but very few can help with the filing. That's a huge difference. A lot of clients in the past used to say, my situation is not that complicated. I make just, X, Y, and Z, and I file my taxes myself in my home country. This Italian tax form shouldn't be expensive, right? The complexity of the tax form is not a client's personal matter. Often there are numbers and information he's not aware of that, if not reported correctly in the Italian tax form, can cost you thousands of money. Just to give you a quick example, a lot of commercialistas, CPA, tax professional, don't spend a minute to study and read documents in a foreign language. They just ask their client a recap. Give me the numbers, give me the figures. Just to take this example to another context, it's like a doctor making few questions without running any exam on you. What if you're allergic to some ingredients of the drug and then you take the pill? We did our homework. 90% of the content creators posting stuff on social media has no direct experience with tax-related issues. They share information about tax incentives, tax tricks, but they never file an international tax form. They delegate their work for their clients. We know that because we keep receiving emails from them, from those people, and requests from these people. They never had the chance to win any audit case in the past experience. They never had the chance to host a webinar like this one or be engaged by any public administration like a consulate or embassy, for example. If you listen to them carefully, every now and then, they come up with something like, and then you will speak with our tax expert, or the best one is, our team which will introduce you to Mr. Smith. We use, as a tax firm, we used to take care of our clients personally, showing our faces, like I am right now, hope you like it, and taking full responsibility of the advice we share. Trust is not about the numbers of likes and views. Trust is a real person who can call if you're in need, if you receive an audit, if something goes wrong. The last claim is a nice attempt, I must be honest. And as you know, here in Italy, there is the civil code enforced. In a nutshell, you may have the privilege to interpret laws based on different scenarios provided by the law. So I confirm it's possible. So let's flip the coin. The other side of the trust is that before using this benefit, you must read thousands of previous case studies where and when the Italian Revenue Agency confirmed or rejected a certain interpretation. And second, in order to use a specific opinion for your own benefit, you must get ready to face and win any objection in case of audit from the Italian Revenue Agency. And this practice is something that may take years before being considered valid and doable. This was just a short list of some big fake news we see on the internet. In general, we'd like you to take away something very important from this webinar. Beware of those who use certain words. Okay, if they do, they must be professional who share the point of view without selling their unique wisdom as universal. Professional advice takes time, like a medical consultation. Details make the difference. It's okay to surf around on the internet to understand how taxes in Italy work. I just discourage you to base any important decision just on this kind of advice. Actually, we're a team of people working in a few areas. We focus mainly on tax planning and tax obligations, tax education, and expert support. It seems like a lot of these people keep on posting 24/7 and nothing more. It's very easy to share information. Few clicks, few edits, and the video is online. What happens next is the real issue. What happens if your advice leads to big mistake? International tax laws, exemptions, tax reasons, and benefits are something close to a rabbit hole. you never stop gigging. Those who post stuff about a lot of topics cannot be expert. Simple. Final takeoff, please, for your own benefit. I'm a taxpayer myself. I have to. I'm not saying that I like it, but I have to. And paying my taxes is never something you do with a smile on your face. It may sound unfair, it may sound like a lot of money. So it's very tempting to trust and to look for shortcuts. The goal of learning fiscal obligations in Italy or in general is not to live like a king for a few years and then lose sleep at night because any possible audit. The goal, the challenge, where the real value of a tax professional comes into play is to secure your future. Find the 100% legal ways available and before any step ahead, knowing how to deal with any audit. Risk and profit come together. But we're not talking about an investment decision. We're talking about your future, your time, your peace of mind, and your money. Trust the wrong people can be very, very expensive.